Hello and welcome to Beauty Espace TV. I'm Ritu Jha and we are here today to welcome two wonderful guests, a very special guest we have joining us right now, and a little bit later we have a mentor, industry mentor and senior guest joining us as well. So I would like to welcome Priya Arun, a serial entrepreneur all the way from Chennai. Priya is an enthusiastic first time entrepreneur, but already a serial entrepreneur. Having carried on with her existence in the corporate world and for 17 good years, having served companies like Standard Chartered and Ford India, Tech Mahindra, she decided one fine day to leave her comfort zone and start her own entrepreneurial journey. She took up the franchise of the Naturals Salon and Spa in 2015, and today she runs a chain of three natural salons across Chennai. Apart from that, Priya has diversified into two new business segments. One is the True Nuts, which is a dry fruit and nut shop, and Sukriti Ayur, an Ayurvedic wellness and treatment center. Priya, of course, is a multifaceted person. She balances all this work and all these businesses with, of course, her primary role being that of a mother, a spouse, a daughter-in-law, and a leader with over 50 odd employees. A business that she's run right through the COVID with great success. She is an MBA in HR and international business. She's also a wellness devotee and goes through at least 3 to 4 days working out, and her special focus being Zumba. She's a person of great talent, and without much ado, I'll welcome Priya Arun. Priya Arun, welcome to Beauty Espace TV.
Thank you, Ritu. It is such a pleasure meeting you, and it was such a lovely message. Thank you for your warm welcome. As you said, I have been working with Standard Chartered Bank, Ford India, and then it was earlier called as Satyam. And then Mahindra took over and became Mahindra Satyam, and then Tech Mahindra, it is now known as Tech Mahindra. I was there with the IT industry for about 13 years. And then before that was manufacturing industry for about 3.5 years. And then before that is banking industry for 1 year. So having a corporate experience of about 17 years, it was a very hard decision to quit. One side will be a fear factor to enter into a business. The other side, moving, as you rightly said, moving away from the comfort zone. Because yes, as long as you are an employee, you don't have to think about anything. Because employer takes care of everything. So at the end of the day, 30th or 1st, you carry home whatever you want to. So it was a tough decision, but at some point in time, I think in everyone's life, they will decide saying that, we have to get into the business. So that's when we also thought that we should get into the business. The journey began like this. We were living in Alvapet, and I was a customer of Naturals then. I was going to Alvapet Naturals Salon. And then Tech Mahindra, we shifted from the city locations, and then we moved to an area called Perumbakam, Sholinganallur, more popularly known. So the Elcott IT division, everybody moved in here. So we had to relocate from Alvarpet to this area called Perumbakam. So way back 6 years, if you look at Perumbakam, there weren't any option of salons or a good brand called Naturals and things like that. So I was just chatting with my husband, and then casually mentions it, why not we start a salon here itself? I don't find a good one over here because we live in an apartment called as Bolineni Hillside, which houses about 3,500 then in the phase 1. Today it is phase 2, phase 3, villas, name it, anything and everything. So 6 years back, it was about 3,500 fully occupied. So I was just thinking, what if we start here and at least even in this apartment, people will be coming. So I just gave it a shot. It was just a casual chat. The important point is here, I have to tell my husband that, see, every husband, there is a man behind every woman's success. Had he not said this word, God, why not? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Let's just proceed. Let's do the homework. If not for this word, I think that would have been a full stop of my thought then. But luckily, fortunately, he had said that, you go ahead, move ahead. So we did some exercise. We had the option of green trends, essentials, naturals. But ultimately, naturals was my brand because naturals is a very popular brand. So that's when that was a start of my business entrepreneurship.
Oh, amazing. So that answers also my next question, why you chose Naturals, because it was popular.
It was a popular brand and it was a customer's choice always then too. And as a customer, I was not an entrepreneur, I was a customer then. So I had always looked up to Naturals than any other brands. So Naturals was ultimate choice for me.
So you knew the other side of Naturals then as a customer.
Yes.
So, and now you also know the other side of the table where you are the owner of 3 outlets. So can you tell us what is it so special about being a Naturals franchise? Is it more smoother? Are things done for you better? I mean, what makes it so attractive as a business person?
It was very easy for me to design that because Mr. CKK's and Mrs. K Kumaravel's vision and mission was very, very impressive. They encouraged women entrepreneurs. So they gave a priority. We had a huge, I would say, a competition to pick up this area called Perumbakam because it was coming up very well. Though we had that competition for this area, the ultimate decision which I think Mr. CKK took was to encourage women. So I guess, the only women that time to choose this area. So Naturals became my ultimate choice, and that is my favorite brand too. So it became easy for us to align with the vision and mission.
That's awesome.
Also, that having come to Naturals, it is like you get a complete freedom. This is like my own baby. I actually think that it is my own brand rather than Mr. CKK's brand or something like that. It is my own brand. We've got a lot of freedom to work with. It is our own baby, our own business. It is up to you whether how you want to take care of the baby.
Awesome. So, running 3 natural salons, how did you come to that, and how do you manage this scale? And do you plan to grow it even further?
Initially, I was planning only for one salon, which was Perumbakam. And then after about 1.5 years, Sholinganallur area was open. And Mr. CKK had called me saying that you're the nearest franchisee. So the first option is given to you. If you say a no, Priya, then we will look at some other person. And then we gave it a thought because it was very, very early for us to take the decision of a second outlet within 1.5 years. It was a very short span of time because I, having come from a complete employee, having a corporate experience, to learn this beauty industry, it took that much time for me. And suddenly when you turn around, here is your second opportunity, which is knocking your door. One side of it, we didn't want to leave this area called Sholinganallur, which is the IT hub. The another area is your finance planning, financial planning and things like that. So it is like now or never. So we boldly took a decision of going ahead. And then I think I had made the right decision then of having Sholinganallur Naturals Salon, which is a prime area even today.
Awesome. So you've also, recently launched the Ayurvedic wellness space. And what is the motivation behind this diversification?
Yeah.
Tell us, please.
All right. See, 1.5 years, as I told you, Naturals Perumbakam, after 1.5 years, we opened up Natural Sholinganallur. And after a year and a half, we opened Naturals in ECR Link Road. ECR Link Road basically connects between Old Mahabalipuram Road and ECR. So that is in between. So after having about 3 outlets, we thought it is high time that we need to diversify. And so whatever we wanted to do, we wanted to do with the right intention and right theme. We always wanted to do good. That is when we started these 2 businesses. One, True Nuts. The tagline goes like, be true to your health. And the second one, which was recently launched, is Sukriti Ayur, which is also in Perumbakam. This is just about Naturals Perumbakam in the first floor. It is an Ayurvedic wellness and treatment center. So what made us diversification? Yes, we wanted to diversify, and we had so many choices in front of us, but we wanted to take a choice which is related to good health. If you look at both, it talks about and goes hand in hand with the good health theme. So Ayurveda is about your wellness. And we named it as Sukriti because Sukriti is doing good deeds. So that's when we chose these 2.
So Sukriti is your brand that you have put together?
Yeah, Sukriti is our own brand.
Okay.
And True Nuts is also our own brand, which is True Nuts is about selling dry fruits and nuts. Yeah, that's a shop which is in Krompet, Rajendra Prasad Road, and we have a website where you can order. It's www.truenuts.co.in. So you can order sitting at home.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what is the response for Sukriti? You plan to expand that soon?
I would definitely say that it is a tremendous response. I did not expect, because initially we thought it is our own brand. So Sukriti Ayur is, a brand which is unknown to the general public. So I thought even the awareness about Ayurveda is only, they relate it only to the body massage. We call it as Abhyanga. So it is always only known for body massage. And today's body massage is also known for various other things. So we thought it would be difficult, but fortunately it is not so difficult. Just in about 1 month, we have completed about 65, which is an amazing response as far as I'm concerned. Because even in this COVID times where touch services are not very appreciated, even in this COVID times, if it's doing a great, we are clocking about 1 or 1.5 on an average in about 1 month. I would definitely take it as my welcome. And then, yes, it will take off in the future to come, future days.
Awesome. So, we've already spoken about the nuts now. Given that, in such a small frame of time, which is barely 5 to 6 years, and which have been, so clouded by the pandemic, you have stood there and you have, kind of been and driven it. So, what's your advice that you'd like to give to other women who would be following a similar trajectory of entrepreneurship?
See, I think women are very powerful. It is them who should believe in themselves. Basically, if they are able to manage their home, I think it is the most difficult job that they can handle. If they can handle that, and handling a business is no great shakes. I think women should believe in themselves first, rather than they do not need a push. Actually, they need a push by themselves. If they do a proper planning, if they do a research, if they believe in themselves, and if the hard work and smart work is there, I'm sure whatever they do, whatever we touch,
is a success. And there are no doubts about it. All we need is just the confidence, just the mindset to do. They have to come out of it and say that, yes, I have got this mindset to complete it.
Awesome. So, any other insights you would like to share, whether it could be on financial planning, or it could be on your fitness goal, like you need that also when you're exerting in so many directions at personal level, at your work, etc. So, what are your insights and that you could uniquely share with us?
Yes, I became a fitness freak after I resigned and started business. In fact, first year I couldn't move a bit. So I was running here and there, learning the business. And then, and thereon, I became a fitness freak in the sense I had a like-minded people who wanted me to join in Zumba. Today, we do, we are about 15 of them. We get together and we have a great Zumba master with us, and we do Zumba. And we also do physical fitness. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do Zumba. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I do physical fitness. So that keeps us going. Early morning, when you wake up at about 5:30, 6 to 7 or 6:30 to 7:30, if your day start with such a positive vibration and such a dance, dance and music is amazing way to start your day. So I think you should find time for everything. It is just not, you cook and you eat and you serve and it's a normal life, I would call. You should go a step beyond, and then, you should not get a time, single minutes to breathe. I think if you are on your foot that much, you will enjoy it. When you do it, I think you will enjoy it. Today, for example, one salon became 2 salons to 3 salons to 4 True Nuts to 5 Sukriti Ayur. And yet, I have a son and I have a daughter. I'm an in-law. My both parents-in-law live with us, and then I have got parents at Crompet. So it is tough, yes, sometimes, but I love doing it. Being busy is super for me.
So that's the spirit. Yeah, actually, I think lots to learn from you. Actually, Priya, I would also like to hear how you negotiated your time through the pandemic. Because especially these businesses, salon and the wellness spa businesses have been very, very badly hit. So how did you negotiate through these last couple of years?
Right. See, actually, salon industry was hit very badly because we were the last ones to have set to open. We would be waiting for days and months to come, and salon industry, they will say, finally, okay, now here you go, you open with restricted timings and all that. It became very, very difficult. For example, I had a team of about 60, 20 in each salon. So I had about 60 employees then, about 2 years back. Now it is half the size. The difficult part was the rentals. So we had to negotiate over there because salary automatically it becomes half when you employ only half the team. More the income, more the expense. So less the income, less the expenses. So that way we were able to manage all the expenses. But the rental was a true challenge because there are few landlords who are accommodative, I must say, who understand the business, who understand the challenging times that we are going to, who understands being a woman, we are able to do this much. For sustaining, there are certain landlords who help us negotiating terms, but then there are other landlords, come what may, they want their full rent because, yes, we do understand for the simple reason that we are using the facility with all the interiors and all the equipments. It is still there. But there we had a very tough times. So it is again your negotiation skills that works. It is your rapport that works. It is how disciplined that you were in the past times really matters. Because if in your past times, if you were so disciplined and you have all the courage to go back to them saying that, yes, you have been a green card holder all these while, and here is the, here is a difficult times. So it is becoming very easy for us to put forth the facts and the request is being accommodated.
Okay. So that's a very good tip for people who have rented facilities. You should have a good record for time.
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. So, so now come to the fun part, which we do with all our guests. We try to get to know their beauty and wellness choices. And, to whatever extent you want to share. For example, we like to know, what is it you do for your skin, what particular regime you follow, what's your favorite fragrance, what do you do for your hair? You've got great hair. So we would love to hear it if you don't mind.
You are asking about all the secrets from the salon industry. Well, I think I would share a few tips here. What message I would like to tell the women folks is that you will have to take care of your skin and hair right from the day when, as young as you start from about the age of 14, 15. That's when I think you should start taking care of your skin. Most of the women, especially in Chennai, they have a mindset saying that I'm within my house, I'm inside my house, I don't have anything to do with the outside world. I think that's a wrong perception. You have to take care of your skin. For you to look beautiful, you have to take care of your hair so that you avoid hair losses as you age. So I think taking care of your skin and taking care of your hair is more to do from within than to look for an outside perception. Yeah. So you can take it, whatever tip that today you see it in Google, you can try everything. The natural way is the best way. And we at Naturals are here to groom yourself, to tell you what to do and what not to do. We take care of the consultation as you come. See, I always tell my smile providers, we call our employees as smile providers. I always tell them that, you are doctors. The customers come, the clients come to you with the with a complaint or with saying that I have a hair loss, I have a hair fall, I have got a dandruff, and my skin looks loosened. All those complaints come from customers, and you yourself are a doctor, so you must give them a right advice. For that, you need to be a specialist. So you need to be a professional, you need to be the specialist to give them the right advice. So they are trained very, very technically. So yes, please walk into Naturals and we will give you more tips how to maintain and groom yourself and be confident.
We have Mr. Kumarvel just is coming in now.
All right.
So we have with us, it's an honor to welcome CK Kumarvel to Beauté Espace TV. Welcome, Mr. Kumarvel. CKK, whom we fondly call. CKK is the CEO of Naturals Salon and Spa. Destined to be an entrepreneur with a difference, CK Kumarvel is the co-founder of Naturals Salons, Spa and Academy, along with his lovely wife, Veena Kumarvel. Together with his wife Veena, he has revolutionized the salon and franchising industry with over 600 plus salons spread across India. At a time when most would be fearful of getting into the salon business and then setting up franchises, he's the one. In fact, both of them have successfully shown how, if you have a purposeful business, you can be successful with just about whatever you have started with. So what gives him immense happiness today is not the magical number of salons, but the fact that Naturals has created 400 women franchise partners and trained over 10,000 staff thanks to the 30 lakh customers of the brand. Kumarvel believes in the power of women and encourages them to be financially independent. Over the last few years, he has been a speaker at various forums and enjoys motivating the students and youth of our country. So amazing. I'm quite overwhelmed to welcome again CK Kumarvel.
Good evening, Priya. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm late. Got stuck. Thank you. It's absolute pleasure and a heart to chat. You have been a wonderful friend. It's a pleasure. And today, you added in the cake having my franchise partner Priya to be a part of the very interesting conversation. So it's always good to have more people.
So, Kumarvel, you have this indefatigable energy to run India's leading franchise business. How does it feel today?
No, it's a lot of times we take ourselves very seriously, our success. I think where go up in life, we should bend down that much because the success is what do you call the effort of so many people involved. Today, me and Veena are able to stand on the shoulders of the 400 plus franchise partners and 10,000 plus smile providers and various other stakeholders who have made this journey possible. So I always used to say, the higher you go, you should bend down more and say thank you to every stakeholders. And that's exactly what I do.
I will start from like yesterday, where you have launched a makeup academy. And, that's the nth concept that you might have launched, because within salons, you have these concepts and categories. And then you have, of course, the academy for hairdressing and beauty. So tell us about this new launch.
No, the pandemic has given a new opportunity. The lot of things have changed. Before, you can very literally say the life before pandemic and after pandemic. The basic rules have changed. The opportunities have changed. The customers have changed. The affordability has changed. And the expectations have changed. So in this scenario, a lot of people have lost jobs. There are too many two-let boards everywhere. And there is a kind of people, there were job cuts, the salary cuts were there everywhere. And there is what do you call, if you look at there is problems everywhere. The glass is half empty or half full, depends on how you are looking at. It is during this time of pandemic, a lot of innovations have happened. It is only when the human being is put into a lot of pressure. The pressure cooker cooks only when there is a pressure in that. The human being also works only when they are put into pressure. And the pandemic has put into pressure to so many of us. I think it is during these times, I think the mettle of the people will be seen, the leadership. This is the time to show leadership. And that is when I was looking at what can we learn from this. I quote the Alvin Toffler, one of my favorite quote, which is the illiterates of the 21st century are not the ones who cannot read and write. The illiterates of the 21st century are the ones who cannot things what we were doing, because the way in which they were earlier working is not going to work now. And we need to relearn certain skills. And certain of our business ideas need to go through a churn, and it needs to be recreated. That is when the request came from quite a few of my customers and friends. They said that, hey, I don't want to learn all the nuances of the salon business. I only want to learn makeup, and I want to become a makeup artist. I don't want to learn pedicure. I don't want to learn facials. I don't want to learn body massage. I don't want to learn haircut. I just want to learn makeup because I want to do a career out of that. Because today, with the gig economy, a single, if you are an expert in one thing, which is especially makeup, is a huge opportunity from various things, whether it is a bridal makeup, whether it is a makeup for the film industry, whether it is the television and the YouTube, what you call the video industry, which has grown so much, or it is that what you call home salon or such opportunities, or working in a salon. Everywhere people are looking for experts and specialists when it comes to the makeup. And that is where we thought there should be a place which specializes and teaches only makeup, high quality makeup, natural makeup. It's going to be light makeup, which is going to be the film industry makeup and the fashion show, etc., etc.
So, okay, so that's wonderful. In fact, while Priya is here and, she's been with Naturals family for now over 5 years. So I just wanted to understand how you incorporate your new, every new venture, how do you, sort of bring in your franchisees to like participate or, kind of be a part of it.
No, once we do a proof of concept, which is what we are trying at this point of time, and then there will be some learnings which we need to tweak it,
Right.
and then make it commercially a viable proposition.
Sure.
Once the business becomes a model, commercially viable business model, then the business is franchisable. Before that, it is too early to franchise a new concept. That is when whatever is new, I try it with myself, and that is when the yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's when I want to try that. That becomes life incredibly easier. Otherwise, there will be a lot of trial and error which has to happen with the franchise partner. When we started pastry salon, also it is the same thing. We started ourselves, and that is when we can really franchise it to the front end. So that's exactly what we are doing. We are very confident. We now know back of the palm what will work and what will not work. But having said that, it is always better to do one proof of concept. I have a 5-step formula for any new entrepreneurs I teach, and I share it with them, which is the first step is what is the problem you are solving. Second step, what is the solution for the problem? Third step is plan on paper. Fourth step is proof of concept. And fifth step is scaling. We are on level 4 at this point of time.
So, talking of page 3 and the other categories that you've, sort of brought forth, you've moved really fast with all your categories, bringing in new models and executing them through and through. And as you said, proof of the pudding, etc. So we want to know how the models are working and which is, so far the most successful model for you.
Obviously, I believe that the ideas are the currencies of the 21st century. But in the 21st century, there is a new currency which has come, which is the speed is the new currency. We also need to execute it very fast. Otherwise, there is enough and more people trying to. It is not the bigger fish which will eat the slower fish. It is the faster fish which will eat the slower fish. It is not the bigger fish which will eat the smaller fish. It is the faster fish which will lead to the slower fish. So one of the important currency of the 21st century is where the speed comes into the picture. So I always, once I identify that proof of concept, I really want to move fast. I don't have any problem in sharing my opportunity or sharing my, the business knowledge and the wealth with people. In fact, when I was just getting ready to franchise or just franchise 1 or 2 salon, one of my very important well-wisher and an industry veteran told me, hey, you should not be franchising it. After a long time, you are making a very successful business venture. Don't share your knowledge. Don't share your brand with anyone. Keep it to yourself. I said, no. I can't do like what you are doing. Your plus point is different. My plus point is different. I think what I'm doing, there is a lot of merit to what I'm doing at this point of time. Few years later, he came to me and he said, what you said was true. And now I also want to get into franchise business. And that person incidentally happens to be my brother.
So you have done this fantastic job with expanding the brand across the spectrum, CKK. You've seen everywhere. I will go to Patna, which is my hometown, and I see a natural shining there, and it's, I take a lot of pride in that. And what's the key of driving it? Because mostly I see like, for example, even the green trends and all have not been able to kind of expand to other regions in the country as successfully as your brand has. So what is the key to cross-culturally grow your brand?
No, in the beginning, when you start a business, the business is given life by the entrepreneur. Okay. And in the beginning, it is how much money I am making is the most important criteria of doing a business. In the phase 2, when the business goes, I think I talk about my, the staff and the other stakeholders, I talk about it. But when a person starts employing more than 500 people, he no longer belongs to the family. He no longer belongs to himself. The person belongs to the society, because the society has helped him so much to reach that position. So any decision I take after reaching that 500 plus people employment, first is the society, second is the company, third is the family, and the last is me. In the beginning, the order is exactly the reverse. So I think whatever decision I take it with an eye that, hey, how will it impact the society? So if I can create 10 more jobs and one more woman entrepreneur, I think that is what is really driving me more than the $1 billion valuation or the one more money. What is the use of money? The money after some time is of no use. Just because in the beginning it is very useful. Without that money, I cannot pay rent, I can't pay salary, I can't do so many things what is important. But after some time, money can do little things to you. It can do many things through you. Just because I have money, I cannot go in 10 cars, I cannot sleep in 20 beds, or I cannot eat 30 biryanis. So we should understand that after some time, we should all look at, hey, what is my contribution? That is what is driving me at this point of time. Hey, can I make that difference to this industry? Can I make a difference to one more woman entrepreneur? Can I create 10 more jobs? That's when I was talking to Priya in one of the anniversary program where she has called. I said, how many people you are employing? She said around 50 people. You should now look at employing 100 people. It need not necessarily from Naturals. It can be any other business what you are. Now you are an entrepreneur. You are not just she is what you call outgrown the Naturals. Not that I don't want her to do Naturals. She has got more potential and capabilities. And that's exactly what I had told her. You should now look at employing 100 people. And that way, each and every one of us together can really contribute. That's what I always say, that together, let us build a beautiful India. It is not my success. It is, if I am successful all alone on the top, it will be very lonely. I think it is always good to take people along so that they also enjoy the success. You also enjoy the success. And that is when it will really work. And the pandemic is a perfect example. During the pandemic, it is because of the network. And because of this thing, I have managed to survive. Minus that, the pandemic would have killed the whole industry, an unfunded industry, ability to pay salary to 11,000 people, rental, this problem, that problem. As a single person, I would have collapsed long back only. It is because of so many people. Some people have even pledged the jewelries. Some people had some savings. Some people have got some ability to borrow. It is all those put together is what has made people to survive the one and the two. So I have to be thankful for them, right?
Yes. So Priya, so when are you planning to do 100 employees? I would love to learn the true mentor spirit CKK has spoken. So would you like to give your 2 minutes?
I would always say, Mr. CKK, saying that if you want to be energetic, all you have to do is just go sit in his office and talk to him for 10 minutes. There you are with high insulin or high injected energy levels, and then you can just come back and work 10 times more than what you are.
Sure. That's awesome.
Having a great mentor like Mr. CKK, yes, I take that point, because when we were celebrating our 5th anniversary for Naturals in Perambakam, he did tell me, saying that, now, yes, what is your number? Sir, I'm at 60. Okay, now you go to 600. I think I told him when we were inaugurating Sukriti Ayur, so I told him, sir, here I have added few more. And TrueNets, yes, we've added few more. We are, I think, going the path that you had given us the directions.
That's awesome. So that's okay. So Priya has definitely learned a lot from you, but we would love to hear what you have learned from your franchise partners, and I'm sure that you will the kind of person who are learning. And
Quite a lot. The first thing is I want to tell is ideas, as I told, are the currencies of the 20th century, and the speed is another currency of the 21st century. But what is more important than the ability to implement? I think that is where people like Priya are very special. Anyone can come out with a good idea, employ 60 people, means add one more zero. It's very nice to say. Finally, the rubber meets the road is the able take that idea seriously and look for opportunities and then look for problems and then convert them to an opportunity and make it a business model. That is where when she started the Sukriti Ayur, I was so happy for her. It is this kind of initiative, and especially during pandemic, when we are talking about job loss, etc., I think we are celebrating what you call baby showers are celebrated. We are celebrating weddings. We are celebrating birthdays. We should actually celebrate business showers. And I think it is not correct to, Anand Mahindra said so well, the film actors and actresses are called heroes and sheroes. They should not be called heroes and sheroes. They should be called as entertainers. Only the entrepreneurs should be called as heroes and sheroes because they create jobs. And that is the need of the hour at this point of time. We mistakenly get carried away by all these cricket players. Yes, they are entertainers. I am not having any problem with a film hero or a film heroine or a cricket player. But we should know that, hey, their job is there. They are paid for that and they are doing a good job. Clap for them and come. But they are not your role model. They are not your what you call this thing to heroes and sheroes to look for. You have to look for people who are creating job, people who are making a meaningful, taking wild dream and ability to win, ability to lose, ability to fall down, and ability to get up again and win. And again is called that entrepreneurial spirit. People with that entrepreneurial spirit are very, very special. I think that's what I will say very special about entrepreneurs. Going back to Priya, what I like in her, this thing is I have to say that involvement makes it important. The kind of involvement, what she says, she shows at the floor level. I have recently met one of her customers. She said, I'm Naturals. She said, I am your Perumbakam Salons. This thing, that franchise partner is so good. Even if I go for a threading, she will make me so comfortable. Exactly know what coffee, tea I like. And she will get me the tea and make sure I'm very comfortable. I'm saying this is what is finally the difference. That's what I call it as the 1 + 1 = 11 effect. I can come out with a brilliant what you call strategy and the background. Finally, if the front end drops the ball, there is nothing will come. On the contrary, if the front end improves what I am saying, and this is exactly what will happen.
Fantastic. So, CK, let's go back to education now, where we want to understand how many academies are there now, and given that skilling is such an important part of this industry's life, and we here in Delhi, and the government has announced the Delhi Skills University now, and you have been skilling for ever since you started. So, where are you headed? What's your vision now when it comes to skilling?
I think our industry is perhaps one of the most favorable industry for skilling because the women, it gives a lot of confidence to the women. I have recently gone to one of our salon and wanted to have a quick shave, and the salon manager did not recognize me. I was half happy and half sad. And then I went and met the first person. That person also did not recognize me. This time I felt more sad. And I went inside. I met the second person. This guy recognized me, but I don't know whether he recognized me as a customer or not. Sir, please come and sit, he told. I said, okay, maybe yes or no. I was still doubtful. And he said, are you CK Kumarvel? Abba, I said, thank God. I said, yes. And they said, sir, I wanted to come and thank you. I was waiting for you. Glad you have come here. I thought maybe my franchise partner has given him some salary increment or given him some special training. I asked him for what. He said, I'm in this industry for the past 14 years. First 4 years, I was working with my father. My father was called a barber. I was called a hairdresser. After that, I joined Naturals. I was called a hairstylist. Then I became a style director. Now I have become the salon director. The way in which I started looking at me has changed. The way in which my family looks at me has changed. The way in which the society looks at me has changed. I said, this is very, very important. I have unknowingly touched a taboo industry, organized that industry, in the process made it into a lifestyle business. So today, so many people, educated people from different backgrounds, it no longer belongs to one caste people. Because we have made it into a, what you call a workable formula, so that anyone can come there and do that. And once you are able to do that, the business becomes increasingly scalable. People don't scale. It is only systems which will scale. Lot of times we all do business and we think it is a secret. We don't share our secret, and that is where a lot of our businesses are remaining only as family business. After some time, it dwindles and it fails. Businesses which are scales means it has to be put systems and process alone can scale. Today, Saravana Bhavan may make the world's finest coffee, but it is the Starbucks which has got the systems and process to scale across the world. What Indians have to learn from the Westerners is how to put the systems and process for a business model and scale it and make a win-win deal. I think we don't have to keep all secret, all money within ourselves. I think that is where we should come there. We should have a urge for making it a systems and process, have what you call a mindset to share the wealth with people, and in the process grow bigger and bigger. Bigger the pie, you are making the pie bigger, and even if you have a small piece, that will be much bigger than your own small big piece. So that's what we are looking at this point of time. In terms of salons, going back to your question, we have what you call 20 odd Naturals Academy. We have recently started this Makeup Academy. We have 2 large academies to really train the people, but it's time that we need to really relook at it, because a lot of times the DDGKY or the skill development, etc., has not worked for us, because there are a lot of government comes with a lot of restrictions. And when the restriction is given, it is like the entrepreneur feels the hands are tied. And because of that, we train the people. Finally, that trained person is not willing to work for us. There is a lot of gap. If you train a Northeast person, the Northeast kids, they know English, they know fashion consciousness. I don't have to teach them. They are ready to relocate to any place. That's a bliss. Then I only have to teach them the skill of the salon, whether it is a pedicure, manicure, facial, haircut, only I need to teach them. Whereas when I come to people from Tamil Nadu, especially, I have to teach them why English I have to teach them. Then I have to teach them makeup. Why fashion I have to teach them. On top of it, they are saying, no, I don't want a job anywhere. If you want to give job in my town only, I will work. Otherwise, I will not work. I think that somewhere there is a lot of pull and push is there. I was also telling the BWSSC, give credibility and recognition to the salon staff and salon business. That is one of the things we as an industry has to give. And if you are able to provide that, more and more people will come and join here. It's slowly happening, but I think we have a long way to go in that.
Yes, actually, the recognition of prior learning is also a big thing in this industry, which perhaps the BWSSC are doing, but not maybe as much as they should be doing.
So, no, industry is generally apprentice, right? First time we are talking about recognition of prior learning. We are talking about diploma course. We're talking about what they call the curriculums. All those things are all new things to that. And people are not ready to pay money and then get a blue collar job. So that is where government has intervened and made life a little bit easier. But I think they also need to understand the ground reality. So that the problem is the policymakers and the ground reality, the gap is there and it needs to be bridged. That's what I always used to say. Mahavishnu, in the Hindu mythology, when Mahavishnu is depicted in 2 forms. One is he will fly in Garuda. Another, he will sleep in the snake. The first one is called the 30,000 feet view. And the second one is called ground reality. A leader has to seamlessly move from ground reality to 30,000 feet view and 30,000 feet view to ground reality. Unfortunately, in India, the politicians and the policymakers, they don't have ground reality, and the people at the ground reality don't have power to make the policies and the changes. And that's where bodies like BWSSC can make a huge difference, connecting the industry to the policymakers and make a policy which is relevant and workable. What are the problems we are facing? How can we circumvent that? And that's when a win-win deal and industry can be built like that.
That's quite amazing. That's a lovely suggestion. But I think it's time that you join politics, CKK, so that that we have our own person up there. So
it's not me. I think politics is everyone's duty.
It is.
It's a responsibility. It's not the violence of the bad people which destroy the society. It is the silence of the good people.
Very true. Finally, going back to the pandemic, what were your learnings? And I'm sure they were huge, like with the organization that you have and the setup. Like lots of people have, of course, across the industry, our industry, they have taken to online, where they were not prepared. The teachers and very senior teachers that too had never done online classes, and now they are all doing it all of a sudden. So, what were yours? Please tell us.
Yeah. In the before pandemic, the students were told strictly that they should not bring the mobile phone to the school or the college. Now the school and the college has come in the mobile phone. That's how much this thing. Zoom, for instance, Zoom today has reached the nook and corner. Thanks to Jio and the other service providers, also the data bandwidth has become so high. Today, the watchman in every apartment, in every place, is not sleeping; he's only watching, but he's not. So that is the power of the bandwidth. What the thing is, I was talking to one of my friend in US. He was saying when the Skype used to be a very popular at those point of time. Skype used to be that audio call for making long distance call. Before that, long distance call used to be, especially the overseas call, used to be very costly. And Skype came and it democratized everything, and people can make overseas call just like that. And that's when the Skype came. And then they introduced one Skype video call one day, and that day I believe they had got more than 2 million subscribers for audio. They have to stop the entire 2 million people to give one video call testing. That was then. To today, you can see how much is the data explosion, how comfortably we are talking in Zoom. What otherwise you would have come all the way from Delhi and do everything. And today we are doing just like that. We are able to change the time. We are able to change the date without any problem to anyone. I think these are all the things, and people so nicely adapting to the technology and the new opportunities, how it is emerging. Coming to salon industry, before the pandemic, the customer used to select a salon based on the Naturals brand name, then the plush interiors, what my franchise partners have invested. Then the stylist will become a very important person. I want this stylist, I want that makeup artist is to be the requirement every time. Then what are we using? L'Oreal? Are we using Vela? Are we using Schwarzkopf? That's what they were asking. What product are we using? What is the pricing? What is the offer? Is it near to my office? It is near to my home. These are the criteria people used to consider before selecting a salon. After pandemic, there is only one criteria: is it safe for me? So what was SOP before, which is the standard operating procedures, we have converted into operation standard protocol. One Dr. Karthik has told us what all the changes we should guided us on that. And now, I presuming the smile provider to be asymptomatic patient, a COVID patient, and also the customer to be an asymptomatic patient. How will one will not transmit to others? What are the precautions we need to take? Because if one salon in America has a problem, entire salon industry will have a problem. One retail have a problem in con market, every con market in itself will be a problem. So it is very important that we have an individual responsibility. We also have a collective responsibility. We took care of the COVID protocols, 100% vaccinated staff and 100% sanitized infrastructure. That safe salon is very important. That's one of the big things we have done immediately. The second thing, as we looked at, one of the things what we have seen is Natural School of Makeup. And now we are working on 3 online projects. I think today what is the need is where all we can digitize the operations and where all we can do online opportunities. We were running very fast. We were not looking at any, we were offline giant. We were very happy about it. But then just that when this kind of thing stops us, we stop and look at what are the adjacent opportunity. I see some online opportunities around us, which Beauté. And if we are combined with our brand name and our genre expertise and our 20-year plus in this industry, put together with I have got 600 plus offline infrastructure. Imagine I have got 5 online infrastructure. The valuation will go through the roof. And that's exactly what we are creating out at this point of time, attempting 5 or 6 online opportunities around us. And I am not interested to create $1 billion. I don't aim for creating $1 billion valuation or something. I want to create a meaningful, financially viable unit economics business model few of it using technology will scale and become billion-dollar opportunities. I don't have any problem in that. But I don't want to, I'm not very fascinated by Vijay Shekhar Sharma or a Rahul Yadav or a what we call Sachin Bansal. I am not interested in becoming a billion-dollar entrepreneur. I want to create million-dollar entrepreneurs. In the process, few of them will automatically become billion-dollar entrepreneurs. That is the timing and the opportunity, how it meets. I don't think we should plan to become a billion-dollar entrepreneur. It can happen. I'm not against becoming a billion-dollar entrepreneur. But my job is to help so many million-dollar entrepreneurs I want to create.
So are we looking at maybe a go-to-home salon in a big way from Naturals?
It's not only in a go-to-home salon. It can be an what you call on retailing of beauty products. It can be an education of beauty products. It can be a service of beauty products. It can be a consolidation. It can be a Zomato of salons. It can be various things. What is possible? I was certainly looking at. There are hazard opportunities around us. And then we have taken 6 categories now and started working on each of them, and we have a young team for that. I think they will come back because we are all immigrants to the technology. They are all native, and Priya is in a way she is a native to technology. She is from an IT background, so she understands better. But for me, I cannot think this thing. But there is people. The young is very fearless, and they are bold and beautiful.
Priya, you would like to add something here?
Yes, as Mr. CKK said, it is very difficult to understand the technology, but once you understand the technology and then it becomes your habit and it spoils you so much that you are addicted to it and you will never come back and look behind.
Okay, that's amazing. So that's wonderful. All these insights from both of you. Is there anything else that you would like to tell us, add to what you've already given us, which is quite a lot? So, CKK, if you would like to add something.
All I want to tell is these are tough times. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. It's a life is in terms of the metal and in terms of the. I want the industry people to be hopeful, have the courage to stick on, because ours is a beautiful industry. As long as your hair grows, our business grows. And whatever happens, once the pandemic is getting over, people will come back to the, the salon. The ship that doesn't see the harbor and the man who doesn't see the barber are not worth it, they said. So our business is in safe hands. It will come back, and people will come back with a lot of vengeance. People will spend with a lot more money, and they will want to be pampered in the salon. So just don't worry. It's just that hanging on power a little more. We are coming to the end of the pandemic. But first, I would say each of you get vaccinated. Don't take this thing. Be safe. A safe India begins with a safe Indian. Be beautiful and be safe.
Thank you so much. Those lovely words, CKK, as usual. And we are always very happy to have you with us. Thank you for joining, taking out time. Thank you, Priya, for joining us. And we wish both of you all the best for all your ventures in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ritu. Lovely speaking. Thank you.